Hello, everybody. It's Romania Black. And so the last time I talked about twittering birds was at the end of Volume 7, and I said I was going to wait until Chapter 44 came out in the English translation. And the chapter came out in Japan on March 31st, which was nearly a month and a half ago, and I've been checking every weekend since then to be like, okay, when's that English translation rolling around? And it's not easy. I realize translation it's an art form, it is hard, and there's been lots of teasers and previews, but the new chapter, chapter 45, is supposed to come out at the end of this month. So I was like, well, surely by the time chapter 45 comes out, chapter 44 will have a translation. And I was frustrated today because I put on Twitter, I was like, man, I just can't, there's still no update. And then luckily, this person right here, look at my hand right, this person right here tweeted me back and said, hey, you mean this? I was like, oh, I looked everywhere and could not find it, and they found it. So thank you. Thanks. Because you're amazing. I was like, it's here. So, Volume 7 was amazing. And some of my coworkers from work recently got me a gift card for my birthday. And so naturally, I did what anybody with a gift card to a bookstore would do. I bought volumes 2, 3, and 4 of Twitting Birds. The English translation. So, Volume 5 should come out later this year. And then I've got to wait till Volume 6 and Volume 7 come out probably later in 2021, 2022. But it's worth the wait. So I'm getting the volumes came in the mail today, and I'm so excited. And then this chapter came out. It's like a Twittering Birds extravaganza. I am so happy. But yeah. So when we last left off, 4 years have passed since Yashiro and Domeki parted ways. And Yashiro is doing like his small time criminal underworld casino business. He's not a Yakuza technically, although Mitsui wants him back, he wants him back into the fold. And Domeki is working for another Yakuza gang leader. He's basically his bodyguard. And these two have come together after not seeing each other for 4 years. Domeki is kind of pissed because he thinks that Yashiro is still up to his old ways and just screwing everybody, which Yashiro really isn't. The only person he's maybe been with has been the detective, which I don't like the detective, and I don't like that he's maybe been with him, but he's been the only one, like not anybody else, which is interesting. Yashiro maybe has changed. So, but when we left off at the end of Volume 7, Domeki had confronted him in the bathroom, and it was like just a parallel back to Volume 2 and Volume 1, and him basically telling Yashiro, I'm not your subordinate anymore, so you can't tell me what to do. And it's like, the sexual tension is there, y'all. It is there. And so I'm like, oh, buddy. So it left on such a cliffhanger, and I'm like, I needed more instantly, and it's been a long month and a half waiting. But here we are with Chapter 44. So I want to do this reaction to this chapter, and I think every chapter, because they're coming out like every 2 months. So every new chapter that comes out, I want to do a reaction to, because I can't wait a year. I've got to know what happens next. So thank you all so much for watching. But yeah, we are going to do the reaction to this chapter here. And we're going to start that reaction here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. That was a tease. What a straight up tease. Oh my god. Damn. Yep. Yep. What a chapter to start this whole thing off in. If this volume is just going to be straight up sexual tension. It's just going to be straight up sexual tension. Because Yashiro seems to be convinced that Domeki's changed. And that Domeki is finding all these flaws with Yashiro. Like when we talked about him being 40 and looking 40, and Yashiro instantly was like, because Yashiro is getting older. And for a long time, Yashiro has relied kind of on his youthfulness, I feel, to serve as like a power play into his advantage. But now he is getting older. And so it's like, what are you going to do with that, right? And Domeki's still really young. Like, he's in his late 20s. So, but I like Domeki. Domeki is such a good character, and he's such a teddy bear, but he's got some sass to him. Like he's not putting up with Yashiro's shit anymore. He's not putting up with Yashiro anymore. He's like, no, no, I saw what that got me, and like I'm gonna, I've matured a bit, and I feel like Yashiro's afraid that that maturity is gonna come with him finding flaws in Yashiro, and that's not it. Domeki loves Yashiro, but he's pissed off at him because he's like, it's been 4 years and you've not contacted me, but I've been chased for 4 years because I'm in love with you, and you've just been screwing around. And Yashiro really, with the exception of maybe the detective, hasn't been. So I love the idea of the power play in the shower scene, because it's such a, like, Yashiro tries to like get the high ground. He's like, oh, you think you're just gonna say you're gonna do it with me? Oh, okay, I'm gonna call your bluff. No, you're not. He's like, and I love, he puts the finger on him. He's like, no, you're not gonna do it. I bet you won't. And the thing is, Domeki's gonna call his bluff. And oh my god, that hair grabbing scene. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 This ties back to volume 1 when he's like, do I ever think I'd be somebody you'd have sex with? And Yashiro's like, I don't know. You seem kind of vanilla. Probably not. I don't know. Him grabbing his hair and pulling him against him, naked and wet and everything. I don't know. And the thing of it is, it's such a power reversal because they are on equal footing now. He's like, I'm not your subordinate. I don't have to do whatever you say, and you can't boss me around. And they are kind of on equal footing, but I love the power play of Domeki pulling him close, and Yashiro seems so much frailer and so much more delicate than Domeki, and Domeki's so much taller and stronger appearing than him. It's crazy. Just the power difference and the way that they're represented has changed. And he's like, you told me to do it. Why are you resisting? So it's such a, this calls back to the end of volume 4, start of volume 5, where it was like, you wanted this. And Yashiro even calls him out. He's like, no, you made me break my rule of sleeping with my subordinates. You made me break that rule. So this is all your fault. He like tries to pin it on Domeki, but Domeki's not having it. And Yashiro looks kind of fed up. But then like the moment when he's about to kiss him, it's like so close. Oh, so close. And I don't think he kissed him. I think that was Yashiro fantasizing after he left. Like, he basically masturbates and pictures Domeki and relives that scene. And then I don't think he actually kissed him. I think he was just really, really close, and Yashiro's filling in the gaps. And that's like his fantasy in that moment. But I really, really like Kamiya and Nanahara, that they don't like each other. Like, each of them are so dedicated to protecting their boss that it's like, oh, it's wonderful that they're like, no, I'm gonna protect my boss and you stay back. But Yoneda, you're gonna drag this sexual tension out, aren't you? You are gonna drag this out. I'm like, this is why we can't have nice things. I just want to see these two together, and we can't have nice things, can we? No, of course not. But oh my god, that was so good. That was so good. So good. At least I feel better knowing that in a couple weeks, chapter 45 will be out, and then it'll just be a little bit longer till the English translation. It is going to be rough waiting in between each of these chapters, but you know what? It's worth it because this series is so good. If you haven't had the English translations yet, the official translations, I've been reading these scans, and they're fan translations, and they're wonderful, and I'm deeply thankful that people do them. But I will say, having bought the official translations in English, it's worth it. The binding is really nice. The volumes are really nice. I got some pictures of them on Twitter, and I'm gonna put a picture up of volumes 2, 3, and 4 here soon. I've got volumes 2 and 4 in, and I'm just waiting on volume 3 to come in, but it's on its way. I highly recommend getting the print volume because it is a very nice binding, and the official translations there's something about them. They're just so good. I got Daokyusei, the official translations for volumes 1 through 3, a few weeks ago, for my birthday, and they're wonderful too. I'm like, it's worth every penny, I think, to get these official translations and to support Kou's work, because I want to get volume 6 and 7 and volume 5 in English translations too. So it's definitely worth it to support them if you can. But guys, it's going to be a rough wait for chapter 545, but I just we actually got a lot more in this chapter than I thought, as far as the tension between them and it being the next morning and then moving out. Like, plot-wise, things moved really slow, but we got a lot of moments between Domeki and Yashiro. And now that they're back together and they know each other, I'm really curious how this power play with Domeki is going to go, because he's not the subordinate anymore. He is with somebody else working for them. So they could get together. They could get together technically, because they're not in the same group. Which is what I want, but the way that Kou works, she's like, I'm going to give you things and then I'm going to strip them away. So she did that once. She's already done that with volume 5. We got an amazing moment with Domeki and Yashiro, and then she's like, okay, bye, time to split them up. And it's like what price are we going to pay to get them together? I don't know, but I'll pay it, Kou. So I hope you all enjoyed this reaction. Please comment down below with your thoughts on the chapter, and hopefully I'll be back hopefully sooner than later with the translation of chapter 45 as soon as it comes out. So in the meantime, have a wonderful week. Stay safe, take care, and I'll talk to you all again with more reactions soon. Bye.